Hey everybody, this is Shani Miller from Clean Freaks TV, and today we're going to discuss onboarding paperwork. You guessed it. Lots of you out there that don't have onboarding paperwork. If you don't have onboarding paperwork, by the end of this video, you'll have a great summarization of how to make onboarding paperwork. You can, of course, always email me, and that is cleanfreaksuniversity@gmail.com. That's Clean Freaks with a K. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. However, let's get started with the video, right? So basically, there are 4 key components to having onboarding paperwork. You can actually see my old one from my old company. Let's see if I can get it up here. It has a nice, clear picture. It's in a booklet form. It's roughly 14 pages long. It's pretty substantial only because it's in a large text format. But I felt that was important that everyone was able to read it. In addition, I think that you should have clear expectations of what the paperwork should say, like how many bathrooms are going to be included in the cleaning. Are you going to be doing all of the kitchen? Are you going to be cleaning the inside of the microwave versus not cleaning the inside of the microwave? What about the stovetop? Is it a gas grill? Is it an electric grill? There are all of these questions that come up. So you need to set those standards and that tone for what those expectations are going to be. But most importantly, to stop having all of those shifty nightmares where you're driving over to your client's house and they're giving you a ring. They're like, ring, ring, ring. Oh, Shannon? Yes, I've decided that I don't need to have cleaning today. And you're like, well, I'm really sorry. I'm like 10 minutes away. Oh, well, I'm going to cancel. So see you later. If you had onboarding paperwork, she wouldn't be able to cancel on you at the last minute. And if she did, she'd have to pay because she signed a paperwork to do that. So if you have a clear, definitive brochure or booklet to give them, this is it. So basically you need to have a cancellation notice. Ours was 48 hours. We had a very stringent 48-hour cancellation policy. And what that included is they had to call the office. They couldn't text or email and say, I am canceling my service. And it had to be 48 hours. If you fell and had an emergency, I always apologized. I never like to stick it to them, but the cleaning techs still deserve to be paid. It wasn't fair to that person who couldn't get that schedule filled because they had to cancel at the last minute. Number 2 is code of conduct. Believe it or not, in 2017, I had to do this. Never thought in my whole decade of the cleaning industry I'd be responsible for creating a code of conduct, but I was physically struck by someone who was 88 years old. So you need to have a code of conduct, and basically that says that you are going to treat us with professionalism, the same professionalism that we treat you with, and that you're not going to use words towards us that you're not going to use in church. So if you can't talk nice, then we'll just pull off the job and you'll still have to pay us. Number 3 is going to be your credit card authorization. You need to have this on file. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in 2020. You need to take credit cards. You need to have a merchant account. This is how businesses run nowadays, and it just makes it a lot easier. You don't have to wait for them to deposit in your Venmo account. You don't have to do any of that crazy stuff. You just charge it as soon as it's done. Pretty simple. Number 4 is going to be the non-solicitation. And the reason why you want to have a non-solicitation is because, unfortunately, it's nature, it's human nature actually, that people are going to want to get the best deal. So unfortunately, throughout my decade in business, you would always have 1 or 2 individuals who would try to hustle the cleaning techs out from under you. And if you have a non-solicitation, we had a $2,500 finder's fee. Had to do it twice. So the client signs a non-solicitation, the cleaning tech signs a non-solicitation. That way it kind of meshes together, and then you don't have any problems with anyone hustling on the side. I hope that this makes sense. If you have any questions, go ahead and get a hold of me through the email. Your onboarding paperwork should have what exactly you're going to do inside your kitchens, what exactly you're going to do inside the bathrooms. Are you going to be cleaning the plunger? Some people will, some people won't. Are you going to be cleaning the tub if it hasn't been used? I preferred to have them rinsed myself because all that dust accumulates, but it's just a matter of preference. But your client isn't going to know until you tell them. So it has a lot of do's and don'ts, foyers, hallways, utility rooms, laundry rooms, sun rooms, basements, are they built out, not built out? So it goes over all of that stuff. In addition, it goes over what happens with breakage. Like, for example, we had a policy of breakage was only a $100 maximum and it had to be approved by the office. There's actually a form in here, right, for breakage. What do you do if there is flat screen TV? Well, we never touched flat screen TVs, and I'll tell you why. When I was a brand new company, I had a helper helping me, and this gentleman clicked off his flat screen TV. This is when they were $3,000, about a decade ago. And she wiped across that flat screen TV, and it cracked all the way across. I had to call my mother and borrow $3,000 because I had to have it by Friday. So after that, we never touched flat screen TVs ever again. It talks about tile cleaning. It talks about ovens. It talks about refrigerators. It talks about what to do with your pets. We love pets. 99% of all of the clients that we had pets, but we actually asked them to be put away so that we could clean and they wouldn't walk all over it. And if they had an accident, I always made them clean it up. I never did it. My name is Shannon Miller, and I have spent over a decade in the cleaning industry. I actually started off as an independent cleaner, grew, had employees, ultimately had 2 locations, and then sold my business in 2019.